Gregg Popovich will be Team USA's biggest star at the FIBA World Cup. The San Antonio Spurs system, which is more of a mentality than a series of pick and rolls or defensive principles, has been the envy of the NBA for 2 decades. It didn't team at what he has accomplished as a professional coach is essentially impossible. And this job, as the new coach of Team USA, might be only slightly easier. The team, which, not long before Popovich and the Spurs began their run, all of the best basketball players in the world wore Team USA's uniform. In 1990, those days are long gone. In the years since the original Dream Team, there have been ups and downs for Team USA, the unquestioned low coming in the 2002 World Championships when the US finished 6th, and the most recent highs coming in response to that failure. Those teams were built around the commitments of players like LeBron James, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and Kobe Bryant, and won a pair of Olympic gold medals. But even during that, the 2014 World Cup roster, though, was carried by young stars like Stephen Curry, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson, and that team went undefeated. This year, though, Popovich won't have that kind of talent, not even close. Like someone who keeps sending out late invitations to a wedding that people keep RSVPing no. None of the NBA's top stars will be there. Of the players on the Clippers had 2 players invited: Montrezl Harrell and Landry Shamet, and both withdrew, with Shamet citing an injury. Davis, Brad, while part of this speaks to how NBA players view FIBA's World Championship tournament, those rosters are always weaker than the Olympic ones. It also should cause some concern to Jerry Colangelo and the rest of Team USA's decision makers. In the load management era, with athletes more and more engaged with their own physical condition and with access to sports scientists and their data, selling players on working for another month and a half before training camp should only get tougher. Winning in the NBA, the risks are obvious. See Paul George's leg injury in a Team USA scrimmage that cost him almost an entire season, not to mention to cumulative ear and tear damage that players are eager to avoid. So that leaves Popovich as Team USA's biggest and most important star, tasked with winning without traditional talent. He won TBF. Popovich's Spurs teams won because of trust, because of a belief that their style of play would lead to wins, and because of talent that was willing to sacrifice to win. They also won with this job, he won't have much time to get all that accomplished. This isn't the same kind of treble Angola was in 27 years ago, but this isn't the same kind of dream team either. See 2019 The Los Angeles Times. Visit the Los Angeles Times at www.lateams.com. Distributed by Tribune Content Agency, LLC.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,